Taylor Swift is under a lot of fire this week, even after the Grammys. Even though she won Album of the Year, I don't think she's quite celebrating right now. From being criticized for ignoring Celine Dion on stage, to dragging an unwilling Lana Del Rey during her award speech, she can't seem to catch a break. And then she sued 21-year-old Jack Sweeney for tweeting about her private jet usage, making Taylor look like a really big bully trying to suppress a college kid for simply reposting public information. But does she actually deserve all this hate? The story starts in 2022. Taylor Swift was named the biggest celebrity CO2 polluter of the year from The Yard, a British digital marketing agency. In their analysis, she took a total of 170 flights that year, each averaging 80 minutes long. Her total emissions came in at a whopping 8,293.54 tons, making it 1,184 times more than the average person's annual emissions. So when the report came out, Taylor got a lot of bad PR and she got a lot of hate. Why is she taking so many flights? Where is she even going? She's not even on tour. Her PR team responded with, Taylor's jet is loaned out regularly to other individuals, but I don't think anyone really bought it. If you're wondering what kind of jets Taylor Swift owns, well, I'm going to tell you. Taylor has two jets, a Dassault 900 and a Dassault Falcon 7X. She sold the Dassault 900, the smaller one, just last week on January 30th. So she only has one private jet now. Her current one, the Dassault Falcon 7X, can seat up to 19 passengers and is ultra long range, meaning she could fly from SF to Tokyo without refueling. This is what the inside looks like. Plus sheets, a couch, and lots of room to move around. The current asking price for used Dassault Falcon 7X is close to $30 million. Last week, Taylor Swift Jets tweeted that Taylor flew in her Dassault Falcon 7X for only 13 minutes for a 28-mile trip from Kaukia to St. Louis, Missouri. The post was viewed more than 53 million times, with people commenting how crazy it is for Taylor to fly such a short distance. I mean, for 28 miles, can't she just drive for 30 minutes? Wouldn't boarding the plane and deplaning take even more time? But who knows why billionaires do what they do. Jack Sweeney is the guy running the Twitter account. He's a student at the University of College, Florida, studying computer science. He started tweeting about the private jet usage of the rich and famous back in 2020 during the pandemic. His most famous account, Elon Jet, tweeted about Elon's private jet flight routes in real time. He also had other accounts tracking the private jet usage of Kim Kardashian, Mark Zuckerberg, and Donald Trump. Elon Jet was his most popular account, peaking over 530,000 followers. But Taylor isn't the first person to sue Jack. Elon also wasn't too happy about being tracked, so he pursued legal action against Jack in December of 2022. He tweeted, "Any account doxing real-time location info of anyone will be suspended, as it is a physical safety violation." Last night, car-carrying Little X in LA was followed by a crazy stalker, thinking it was me, who later blocked the car from moving and climbed onto the hood. Legal action is taken against Sweeney and organizations who support harm to my family. But ever since Elon Musk just acquired Twitter, or X, he just suspended the account. I guess the perks of being the boss. But since Taylor doesn't own X, she doesn't quite have that privilege. So she sent Jack a cease and desist letter. In the letter, it reads, "The past year, through these offending accounts, you have engaged in stalking and harassing behavior, including consistently publishing real-time and precise information about our client's location and future whereabouts to the public on social media. Conduct poses an imminent threat to the safety and well-being of our client and must stop." They then accuse him of selfish intentions. "You are notorious for disregarding the personal safety of others in exchange for public attention and or requests for financial gain." Before Elon threatened legal action against Jack, he actually asked nicely over Twitter DMs. Jack responded, "Yes, I can, but it's gonna cost you a Model 3, only joking unless. It would be nice to get something out of it." And then there's some back and forth about how Jack is actually tracking the planes, which Elon then says, "Air traffic control is so primitive." Elon then offers him $5,000 for the account, but Jack counters with $50,000. Elon says he'll think about it, but his final message is, "Doesn't feel right to pay to shut this down." So it's pretty clear that Jack does have some selfish intentions with sharing his private jet data. Whether it's to gain some notoriety or to make some money off of it, even if it started off as a fun side project. So was Taylor really out of pocket for suing Jack? Maybe not really. A lot of people are mad because Jack technically isn't sharing any private data. All flight data is online for anyone to look for. And while I don't think the lawsuit has a really strong legal basis, her privacy is being invaded with the details being shared so actively and publicly. Whether she's really worried about stalkers or just people criticizing about her carbon emissions, suing Jack definitely didn't help her case of keeping her private jet usage low profile. But the honest fact is, Taylor isn't a normal person. She can't just fly on a commercial plane like the rest of us. And she's entitled to visit her boyfriend in the NFL and to see her friends. If you were that famous and had that much money too, you'd probably do the same thing. I think some people who are criticizing her don't really care that much about the carbon emissions that she's polluting into the earth, as much as using it as a point to just attack her. When people reach a certain level of fame and success, haters come with the gig. And people feel good about hating on celebs. Maybe it makes them feel more relatable because it brings them down back to earth. The Germans call it Schadenfreude. It's nice seeing successful people fail. And it's human nature, we can't help it. From the backlash, Taylor says she already buys carbon credits to offset her emissions. And while some people say that carbon credits are basically bullshit, there are a lot of worthy organizations that are doing good with the credits. She's at least trying to offset her climate impact. Do I think she could try more? Sure, of course. She probably doesn't need to take her private jet for a 13-minute flight for a 28-mile trip. That definitely seems very excessive. But if you really wanted Taylor to be climate friendly, then she shouldn't do her world tour. She shouldn't sell merch. She shouldn't host her concerts. A lot of the people hating on her would do the exact same thing in her shoes, but because she's a celebrity and we put her on a pedestal, we hold her to a different standard. I'm not saying what Taylor Swift is doing is right, but sometimes the hate is a bit overboard. At least she sold one of her jets.